Good afternoon and welcome to the Solid Waste Committee. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, both directors are here. Agenda, is there any changes?
No changes.
How's it look to you?
Looks good to me. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that. Public comments. Do we have anybody from the public who'd like to comment today? Okay. I looked over minutes. Did you?
I did.
I'll move those.
I'll second.
Okay, review of solid waste events.
Okay, I'll start off with our upcoming class that we're going to have in conjunction with the Master Gardeners. We're going to have a Learn to Compost class. It's going to take place at our community garden and then also in the park. We'll be giving away to 30 people a free tumbling composter and a free zero waste water tree. That's going to be not this Saturday, but Saturday, October 14th, 11 a.m. right over here. So you can go to the regular gardening class and then you can head over to the park and take this class if you would like. We do need you to RSVP. So people who RSVP will take priority in the giveaways. If you show up and there's room and we have enough supplies, you can also get a free composter and a free tree. But if you want to guarantee it, make sure you RSVP through our website. And then I'll ask Brandon over there to give us a recap on the community cleanup and tire day and how that went.
Yeah, that went great. I think we ended up with 8 tons of solid waste, maybe a little bit less. We ended up with 4.5 roll-offs full of tires, and all of those tires are already taken to the disposal facility. So they're already off-site and away. It went really smooth, especially with it being a holiday that week. Mm-hmm. We're always set back. So we actually had all of our drivers who usually help with that kind of stuff on route. So it was kind of all office personnel and then some maintenance guys. But it went really smooth. Everybody was happy with it. But yeah, it went great.
Okay.
And then we'll have one more cleanup and tire, well, not a cleanup, we'll have a tire day in December. So that's just a tire day only. And that'll kind of do it for our solid waste events for the year.
Okay. Update on uniform collect. Oh, do you have any questions?
I do not.
I don't
Thanks for
either.
asking.
Thank you for updating us on those. The update on uniform collection. How are we going with that?
Good. We received about 2,100 applications so far. I'm trying to look at the numbers here. It's trending in favor of CR&R collection. So, like I said, we figured it would kind of iron out. I think it's about 65-70% collection versus South Hall, but I'll have data in my manager's report for the board. Been meeting weekly with Brandon just to go over some issues. Again, there's still the disconnect between the excellent job they're doing locally versus what's happening at corporate. And so if you or anyone are having a bad experience with customer service or you're frustrated with anything, just call us and we can figure out what's going on, because I can't fix problems unless we know that there are problems and what they are. And so I know Brandon's been personally calling about, I think, 40, 50 bin customers yesterday.
Yeah, there's 56 yesterday, so.
Yeah, just because the volume and the way the service order system works, you might have had your bin service stopped, but your bin might stay there for a month or two or longer, but you're not getting billed for it.
Right.
And so he called all of them to explain that, and then we've come up with a solution to make sure nobody gets inadvertently billed the wrong rate code for that service, because, you know, that's been popular once we explain that you can no longer put everything into the dumpster and that you have to actually source separate and you have a recycling can now, people are downgrading because the convenience of the dumpster is gone, where you just throw everything in it. And you can save money by having 3 carts and adding additional carts. And so we just want to make sure that anybody who's doing a service change, that they should be getting a reduced fee, they're taken care of first. And so Brandon's back on that.
Yeah, we knocked that out. I called all the customers yesterday, informed them that we took care of all their billing. We will have a receptionist in the office because everybody wants somebody local to talk to, and understandably, I would too. So we should have somebody back in that position by next week. And then I thought I would update too. We have 2 new trucks. One is already here, and the other one is on his way on Monday, which will be great. And that is just for Phelan. That'll be Phelan Commercial and Phelan Residential. So I think that's pretty cool. We'll bring those over so you guys can see them too. But we're excited about those ones. And then the rear loaders,
Brand new.
brand new,
Brand new
off
truck, that'll be neat to see.
off the lot. So yeah, those will be up here.
I think you should bring it to Fun Days and maybe be in the
Ooh.
parade.
Last year I had a rear loader in the car show. This year I'm going to put the new front loader in the car show.
Yeah, and maybe contact the chamber about being in the parade.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's coming up.
That's true too.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
Don Fish is here.
Bring it-
so.
Hey, Dawn.
Hey, bring it to the one of our board meetings. too.
Yeah,
That'd
I'll show you
actually
guys.
be
It's
the
really
best
cool.
time to bring it to
We're
us.
really
then.
excited. It's got all kinds of cameras on it and cool stuff. So,
Cameras, wow.
well, yeah, inside, outside, everywhere. Oh yeah, this thing is very high tech. It's like a spaceship. I'm not driving it, so that's all I know.
And the additional box truck should help facilitate getting bins delivered quicker.
Yep,
So-
we have 2 of those that we picked up 2 days ago, and those are out doing stuff right now too. Yeah, and then we're actually going to be bringing in a corporate team too for towards probably the end of October to really smash out the rollout in Phelan. We're going to bring a team in that knows the area really well and just get the rest of it done so it's knocked out. So I'm excited about that too.
Are
Yeah.
most of the calls you have in the dumpsters, people that have canceled service? and
So
are waiting for it to-
the majority of the calls for the dumpsters are going to be people that are switching to barrels because it makes more sense. And then that's a lot of people that are switching to barrels. So logistically, it's a nightmare to try to, okay, everybody at one time wants barrels. That's fine. We'll get the barrels out to you that day. But trying to get the bin truck out there that can only pull 1 bin at a time, sometimes 2 if we figure out a way to get it on there. That's kind of where the issue is. Now that we've got that figured out, made the phone calls, let everybody know they're not going to get charged, talk to everybody personally, so that's figured out now. So we're good there.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you for working that all out.
Yeah, with 2,100 applications, that's 2,100 entries, and a majority of those are service changes. So it's been a lot in a short amount of time to get processed, so. But again, if you have any issues or you know of anybody who has issues, just direct them our way and we'll get the service questions answered, billing questions, whatever it is.
Well, it's nice to see things are slowly falling into place into the puzzle. Okay, yeah, do you have any questions about any of that?
I do not.
And I don't either. You guys keep us filled in rather well. I'm very, very, very pleased with that.
Yeah, you will notice we're going to send out a postcard mailer sometime October, November, just reminding people if they haven't completed an application to complete an application. It's only going to go to people that haven't turned in the application, so about 6,000 households or so.
Getting there. Okay, SB 1383, the big joy that we've been dealing with for years.
Yeah, so I had my meeting with Cower Cycle, the compliance division yesterday, and they're very happy with the progress that we're making, that we're continuing to move forward. We are going to extend out some compliance dates that are in the order just to give us more time. There's a lot that we have to track. One of them is anywhere where we take our solid waste, recycling, organics, wherever, we have to have a definitive list of everything that they'll accept there, and BirdTech doesn't have one yet, and that's in the order. And so as soon as they have that list, that'll be, that's one of the major things that we can check off. And then there's just a Dollar General, we're just having a hard time getting a hold of whoever is doing their backhauling for their organics. But CR&R is on it. They're being tenacious, and that will kind of take care of are Tier 1 food generators.
Okay.
And that's a big check off the list, so. But most things are complete at this point.
Yeah, with Dollar General switching to having produce there,
Yeah.
it's definitely changed them quite a bit.
Yeah, we just need to know if they fall in the threshold for reporting or, whatever it is, if they are actually a Tier 1 generator, depending on, what they have left over. And if so, then we need to get them, we need to either get the information on where they're taking the food when they're done and just help facilitate if they're giving it to a local organization to donate. Because again, we have to track all of that now, so they can't just give it away.
So if they were donating it to somebody, to an organization like even Forever Wild or something
Mm-hmm.
like that, that may take it into, because that would count in favor of
Yeah,
them.
we just need to know that they're doing it. They have to have a formal written agreement, and then we have to track the quantities. So the state has kind of really inserted itself into the food distribution, which, I've been hearing from other jurisdictions. It's problematic because a lot of people don't want to go on record as giving this stuff out. They don't want to have a paper trail that some of the food, because mostly it's expiring or, about to be expired. And they don't want to have the liability of giving that food out in paper trail form. So I hope it doesn't impact overall donations
Well,
to
they're
food
fearful
banks,
of lawsuit.
just because we now have to have this detailed record.
They're fearful of lawsuits. I can understand that completely.
Yep.
Okay, and obviously outreach was part of the uniform collection piece that we've been doing.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
I don't have any questions. How about you?
Me neither.
It's looking like you're communicating with the state as well as we can.
Yep,
So thank you.
yep.
Review of cost of service study proposal.
So this proposal I received is hot off the presses. I haven't even had a chance to go detail through it, but I can tell by the number that the assumption was made by the consultant that we're going to be looking at all of the rates that CR&R has, so all the miscellaneous rates, all the not normal service types. And so this number should come down when I verify with the consultant that we're only looking at the minimum level of compliance for residential and commercial. Because
Okay.
that's what we're concerned with. That's the one that everybody has to have. And if you have more trash and you need to have additional services, that's on you, or you can take it to the dump free of charge using your dump card. So whatever the minimum level of compliance is, which for us is 3 cart for residential, and it is the bin service for commercial, unless they have an exception for space, or we've authorized them to have barrels because they have minimal trash. And so those are really what we need to look at, not the entire laundry list of rates. That would justify this. And so typically, this consultant does cost of service for jurisdictions that actually run the enterprise. So like City of Ontario, right? It's kind of highly unusual that somebody with a franchise would be looking at the cost of service, but it's gonna be more of a trend because all of the stuff is mandated now. And so because it's mandated, it's property-related fee, and you have to have the service or show us your alternative, which is self-hauling, we need to justify the rates, right? Like we do for water. And so our consultant works with Dave Davis, who did our presentations for the community and is very familiar with the law. So they'll utilize him if and when needed, just to see if any of that, what needs to be included in this rate. This is going to be pretty cut and dry though, so we should be able to get hard costs pretty easily from CR&R. And then it's 10% profit, 10% franchise fee on top of that. And then the next step though, once I get this number refined, is to present it to corporate because we're sharing in the cost. It's supposed to be a mutually agreed upon consultant to conduct this rate analysis. And we did want to get started in October. So that way Brandon can, in a timely manner, present me with the rates well ahead of April. So that way we know we're going to have to do another 218. We have the time necessary to conduct that process, do the hearings and notifications, and implement the rates July 1, 2024. So Once I get these costs refined, if it's okay with you, I could just take it straight to the board for approval.
That was what I was going to ask.
Yeah,
Is if it needs to come back to us before it can go to the board.
that's up to you.
I'm fine with it going just to the board.
I think it's a great idea to do a cost of service study. I'm okay with you taking it
Yeah.
straight to the board. when
I
you
am
get the
too.
number.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure you're comfortable with the approach that we're not doing every single service type that CRNR has to offer. It's just the minimum service types, the most utilized service types essentially, because to get into the nitty gritty of all the extras, and that's what they are, they're extras, I don't think is necessary.
Well, we have such a small staff. I think you need to help and get this done. It'd be a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, we did agree in writing with CRNR when we got the rate stay from them that we would do this type of independent analysis, so. All right, so I will take this to the board as soon as I have this number trimmed down.
And that was my thing, is that I had thought, as you were saying, going, well, do we need to schedule an extra meeting in order to get to board as quickly as possible?
No, and
No.
if you have any questions on anything in it, let me know, and I can, get all that and answer it in a staff report.
No, I think it'd be great, just make the staff report for the board meeting, that's it.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Did they give you a timeline, a timetable on how long they thought it would take them to get through all this?
No, but we figured starting in October it would be done by the end of the year.
Depends on how fast Brandon is.
Yeah, it really is dependent on CRNR getting us the data because, they're the ones that have the productive hourly rate of everything. So,
Okay. I'm good with the questioning, how about you?
I'm fine.
Okay. Then we'll move on to the staff reports, beyond everything you've already shared with us.
yeah, I'll have a written report in the board packet that just has the numbers that we kind of discussed today on service rollout. And then, of course, our existing customer totals is normal. I apologize, I've been gone for like 2 weeks. Just haven't had a time to pull those together.
Okay, a review of action items. Do we have any prior?
Let's take a look, because I don't remember at this point.
You got
Yeah, it was just the cost of service proposal, which we discussed today, so
Yeah.
now it's complete.
And current meeting, I don't think we had
Nope.
any beyond what we're already working on the table.
No, we'll just take the cost of service to the board.
Yep. And remove that for the next agenda, because we're now it's setting an agenda. So you can remove the cost of service study from there, right? I think everything else is still stuff that's in the moving.
Yeah, once we have a better idea, we can throw rates on there for 2024, just so we can actually get some time to spend with those rates before we take them to the board.
Okay. Anything you would like to check the agenda?
No, you
Okay.
covered it all very thoroughly.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for the staff we have here. Adjournment, will you?
Hold on
Oh,
1 minute.
oh.
I think Peter Barnes has a comment. He raised.
Yes,
his
Peter,
hand.
didn't notice you came in, thank you.
Yeah, no, I just had a question about whether there's any news from the county and their negotiations with Athens about whatever
Oh,
their,
good question.
the sorting, when was that going to be worked out?
So at the last meeting, we reported that we met with the county, so Director Hayes and myself, we met with Brendan Biggs, who's in charge of Public Works, and they were going to look into it. The specific negotiations with Athens, the county can't tell us as much as I ask. But I know that they are working on it, but I'll get, in the next couple weeks, I'll try to get an update on all that for you.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, that was a good question, thank you. Okay, I think we're now wrapped up for adjournment. Thank you, Peter, for adding that. I totally forgot that was a moving piece as well. And we'll adjourn at 2:50, which clock should I go by?
I think it's 2:49.
2:49, okay. Thank you, guys. See you next month.